Do it. Let's do it.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. And I know you didn't do it for me. You did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
You're not gonna believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Well, welcome to the middle of the road. I'm Coach Casey. This is TJ, and this is going to be an interesting episode, to say the least.
Oh, we're both in different places.
We're both sitting somewhere we're not used to sitting. We are both, I'm frustrated, to say the least. No. We waited 2 days to do the show so I could get everything set up so I could be in the studio to do the show, and guess where I'm sitting here doing the show from?
Your living room?
My living room. I scrambled.
Guess where I'm doing it from?
Where are you doing it from?
I'm doing it from right next to a shit pond in Dodge City.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful place to be.
Smells good though.
The pungent, it's like an Indian or a diaper filled with Indian food.
Yeah,
or
yeah, it smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Well, I'm Coach Casey. We got that. This over here on one side of me or the other, depending on which way you're looking at me. That's TJ. Today is 5/24. Our show sponsor today is the Mole Smasher 3000.
Oh, yeah, you need one of those.
Yeah, the company's motto is "fuck moles."
Did they send you one?
They haven't yet. It may sound a little echoey and hollowy in here. You know, that's going to happen.
Sounds fine.
All right. They reached out to me. They seen my post the other day. They said, "We're not letting some stupid mole run your show ever again." Guess what? It did.
Thank you.
So hopefully that shows up pretty quick. Where are you sitting? So you're sitting in Dodge City still.
Yep, I'm actually on site at work. I just finished up about 10 minutes before we started calling each other, so 20 minutes ago now.
And we do have an announcement to make. We had kind of prepared our hundreds of thousands of loyal listeners for you to be out of town for up to a year. And the news is you might be back a little sooner.
Yes, possible. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen because I've already been getting emails about it. But I will be back starting probably mid to end of June.
So as long as I can get the studio cable fixed, we'll be back in the studio. If not, we'll be sitting in my living room, my basement. We may even just start going to Pizza Huts. We might sit out in front of a Walgreens and do a show. We may just become.
Can't use the boys' old room? I mean, it's empty, right?
That's true. We could do that. That's my new room. But if that's what you're talking about,
yeah.
So far, it hasn't worked out. I don't like the bed in there. I've been trying to sleep in there, and it has not worked out. So I'm back out. I'm sitting here on my bed right now, doing the show. Well, I had some stuff planned. We are going to have a guest here in just a little bit. Jay Spade will be joining us.
Yes.
I have a couple things to get to before we do. We're going to call him in about 15 minutes. Jim Brown dying. That was kind of top of my list. And then today, Tina Turner dying.
Dude, and I have been on a Tina Turner kick for probably the last 6 months. I've got Tina Turner programmed on my Pandora. I listen to Tina Turner every fucking day.
Have you seen the movie What's Love Got to Do with It with Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne? And we had a kid at work today. He's 25, I guess. He doesn't know. He didn't know who Tina Turner was.
Did you tell him a song and did you play a song and he know who she was?
He kind of did. I didn't play it. I just started going doot 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 rolling. Rolling.
Or did you go, what's love got to do?
That's what I say. That's what even Steve, my guy in the background, said that. And then, so But to me, the Jim Brown one, back to that, great football player, all those things, but one of my favorite movies of all time he was in, Dusk to Dawn, and that is an all-time classic. One of the, I don't care who you are, if you say it's a bad movie, you're stupid. That's what I say. I'll fight you.
It's different, that's for sure.
If you say it right now, and I'll fight you the next time I fucking see you. How about that?
No, I like it. That's the one with Tarantino in it, right? He's in it for a little bit.
Yeah, that's got Quentin Tarantino. Pretty much the whole movie till his brother kills him or till they kill him. Then it's got George Clooney in it. It's got freaking Cheech Marin. It's got Jim Brown. It's got freaking Machete.
Yeah. Which we went over last week. He's fucking, what did we say, 79 years old?
Or 74 or something, but
it was like almost 80. It was 79.
You get to see Selma Hayek boob in that.
Not enough of it, though.
But you get to see it, I guess, is what I'm saying. I mean,
do you see her whole tit in that movie?
I think so, bud. I think she might be a vampire. I think she might be a vampire when you do, but that still counts.
Yeah.
Would you bang her if that was your only chance to bang her? Would you bang her as a vampire?
As a vampire, would she eat me afterwards?
I don't know. That's the chance you take anytime you bang a vampire, bud.
Those aren't sexy vampires, though. Those are like werewolf vampires.
She was pretty hot vampire, though, at first. When she first turned, she was super hot. It was those other creepy ones that were not hot. Even like Machete and like Cheech, because like Machete had that like the wiener pistol.
Scary.
Yeah, but he was awesome at first, you know.
So, like, besides Brad Pitt of your sexiest vampires, who would you say is the next sexiest?
What was that other guy that was in that movie with him? The other sexy guy in the movie. I mean, those are probably that or what's his name? Wesley Snipes when he's half vampire.
Tom Cruise, he's a vampire.
I've not attracted him anyway, and I think just because he's got such an ugly personality that I could just never be attracted to him.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's definitely the best fighter ever in a movie and the best looking vampire in a movie. So.
Okay.
On my list, I got to stop picking my nose. Amy's brother, my wife's brother, we went over this weekend, and he said, man, he's talking about it. I don't know. He's got a hole that goes through the middle of his nose from picking it all the way through the other side. Apparently
like a deviated septum?
Essentially, but he's deviated his own septum by picking through scabs and scars and stuff. I didn't even know that was a thing. That dude put a phone up to his nose, and you could see the light through it. It was kind of creepy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm done picking my nose. I've been working on it. We've been talking about work lately, right? My work.
Yeah.
How do you take this as a sign? I got stung by a hornet at work the other day, in the building, sitting in my chair, on my neck.
Time to go.
That's what I was wondering. Also, do you think I could get superpowers from it?
Not from a hornet.
No.
It's got to be a spider.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm trying.
We didn't even talk about how we went and watched the professional football team.
I'd have to turn my phone around and see. I don't know if I can get this in here, but that was actually next on my list was indoor football with TJ.
Yep. And
you leaving early?
My wife and the kids.
Yes, and me buying.
How long did you stay?
We stayed to the end of the third quarter. I don't know. I don't remember. We stayed probably 15 minutes after you guys. I finished, maybe had one more beer, and then we left.
Yeah. Well, we need if they ever want to sponsor our show, we're going to have to talk to them about some of the bullshit because there's way too much of it.
Oh, man, an hour late starting it. I'm tired of seeing all those ugly cars on the field. We should – I did send them an email on Monday and we would pay for it and we'd go out and do it. We were going to change their logo on the center of the floor since it's not their team anyway and just put our logo there. So the middle of the road podcast. I think they were
just using that for just that game.
Why is that?
Because it was like retro, the Wild Night. I think that's why we got those helmets.
Okay, well that would make sense then. Maybe they normally do have a Renegades logo.
Yeah.
Me and TJ went to the local indoor football team, the Wichita Renegades. It was actually, I mean, as far as action goes, it was a good. Yeah, there's a lot of action. It wasn't slow. It wasn't dead. It was just the between quarters, a 30-minute halftime, a 30-minute late start.
Oh, it was more than 30 minutes.
What, halftime or was it?
The halftime was like 45 minutes. There was at least 35 minutes on the clock when I noticed it, And then after halftime, there was still 15 more minutes of bullshit. I bet it was an hour.
That
You know what we need to do? We need to get number 55 on our show. I think he's cool.
He would be. I think there's a bunch of guys on there that would be cool. But yes, I would like him because I know he'd probably start a fight with us for sure during the.
For sure.
But that's okay. That would make for a more interesting show.
Yeah.
I got to find my chew here. I'm not really prepared for this show. A lot of things happened. So before the show, I went out. I got a new cable. I ran it the entire way here. I stuffed it through PVC so this weekend or later on I could start burying it. I plug everything in, nothing. So I either damaged the new cable's bad. I got to talk to Derek because there's a way you can test it, but I also got a little bit muddy on one end, but I cleaned it all up real good. I don't know. So
did you pee on it?
I'm going to after the show. I'm going to pee on it and burn it down and all of those things.
You said chew, and I was talking to former guest on our show, Tony Flood, about chewing the other day. And so we talked about it, and I told him I haven't had a dip in like 5 years. And I went to Walmart like that. No, Dylan's that night. I mean, and I went to the cigarette one, and right in front of me, long cut mint Copenhagen. I'm just staring at it. I'm staring at it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it.
You didn't buy you none, though?
Nope. No, and I'm almost 2 weeks clean from Mountain Dew, too, bro.
So that was also on my list. Well, let's do the. So I'm 2 weeks clean on pot, okay?
Yep.
So almost. I said 1 week clean on pot would have been Monday. I can't eat. I can't drink. I've lost like 26 pounds in a week. No. I finally got my appetite back a little bit. But then I have TJ keep comparing quitting Mountain Dew to me quitting smoking pot.
I've been drinking Mountain Dew longer than you've been smoking pot.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
How's that?
I've been drinking Mountain Dew since I was a little kid.
I've been smoking pot since I was a little kid, TJ.
What age did you smoke pot at first?
11 years old.
Well, fuck, I had a Mountain Dew way before that.
Yeah, but I bet I've had more pot than you've had Mountain Dew.
Oh, fuck. No way.
I will guarantee I've had more money in pot than you've had in Mountain Dew.
Well, that's probably true.
And I will also guarantee that if they cracked either one of us open, even at this time, they're going to find a bunch of pot in me. They ain't finding no Mountain Dew in you, bro.
No, I've already pissed that out. It's gone.
You're done clean to that. So I got a kick out of that when every time I say I'm clean on pot, you go, well, I'm clean on Mountain Dew.
Hey, I'm just doing it with you, man.
I appreciate it.
I'm trying.
We're both giving up
you.
our. I say I wouldn't call either one of them a bad habit. Well, Mountain Dew I think is a bad habit. It gets you jittery. It causes all the things I smoke pot for, which is to wind down, anxiety, all those things. And Mountain Dew is kind of the opposite. So, on my list also, I did have Hunter Biden and TJ would be super good friends if they weren't on opposite sides. Actually, I think Hunter Biden's probably a Republican. But
yeah, I think I would hang out with Hunter
Biden. That text message chain that I sent
to
you,
his attorney,
yeah, where he just kept dropping the N-word, and that was pretty classic. Just like that's why I have you on retainer and all that stuff. That was awesome. So can I say it? Can I say it?
He talks like most people do with nobody's paying attention,
or like you would to a friend, or when it was acceptable for like. There's a skit I just played the other day, or I showed my wife, and it's the hot what's his name? But it's the black guy from Criminal Minds, and he's the guy on SWAT. He gets up on stage.
They're like really handsome dude.
Yeah, the one all the girls are into. But he gets up on stage during that Matt Riff or whatever, that new comic that's all over. He gets on his stage and says, I'm inviting him over later because this kid wants to say the N-word so bad, and in my house, I'm going to let him just say it. He just get it out, bud. Just say it. And it was pretty awesome. He was drunk as hell getting on stage. So
yeah. Theo Vaughn's itching to say it all the time too.
I know. Can I say it? No, you can't say it.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite clips you sent me when he had the dude from
he's like,
Workaholics on.
You say it with your friends around?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, I think if you want to go ahead and do it, should we kill and reset and
Yep. I'll text Spade and tell him I'm ready and hang up and then call you back.
Call me back. We're gonna lose video for a half second. I'll talk here.
Yeah.
But as soon as you come back, we'll get some video back. So And hopefully all this actually records and comes off. I don't even know. I'm recording it on the board, so worst case, we will have audio.
Okay.
Switch me back, and
call
then
you back.
as soon as you call back, we'll call Spade.
Okay.
Well, while he's resetting, I'm going to try to get – he's pretty quick at this now. He's getting better at it. I'm going to get Jay lined up on the phone. It's been an interesting week. We appreciate everybody that does stick around and give us a chance. We're going to get better, you know. Things are going to work one day. He's back. Sorry, that's loud on there too. I got to join. He's got to accept. Join with audio. We're back. Guess what I don't have for some reason.
What's that?
Jay's phone number.
You don't.
Well, I mean, I saved it in my phone at one point, and then if you didn't send me so many texts, it would be way easier to go find this, but you texted me a lot.
Okay, I'll send it to you right now.
All right. I'm almost, well, yeah, send it to me.
I just sent it to you.
This is the fun of live audio.
Oh, we are so professional.
Oh, we're the most professional show. Other than like Joe Rogan and some of them, we are definitely the most professional show. No, he's usually on drugs or something. Are you going to say hi or am I?
Yeah.
Hello.
Jay Spade.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing good down here. This is going to be interesting with you there, me here, and TJ there. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Coach Casey here. How's it going, my friend? Are you there?
Did we lose him?
I don't know. I think he's there. You there, Jay?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. How you doing, buddy?
Okay.
I'm doing all right. How about you?
You missed. We're not live, so you couldn't hear. It's been a rough start to this show. I'm inside doing the show because my internet's out in the studio, which is why we had to cancel on you. But I was not canceling again.
Well, I mean, I understand. I get it.
Yeah, we're pros, but we're rookies at it, So
yeah,
we're like indies, just like Jay.
Yeah,
we're not all the way up there, but we're there.
Yeah, but we're there, kind of there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to lead off with the main question I have for you is, and I told TJ, will you drop kick me in person when I see you next time?
Sure. That is what you want.
Oh, more than anything, I got done watching this last match that we'll get to in a minute, and that drop kick you have just makes me. I mean, it's like there's only one other person I've seen that throws it quite like that, and I said Shawn Michaels. I don't know if that's a put down to you or if you like that or not, but you have a beautiful drop kick, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that because it took me a while to I don't know, I guess to learn how to do that. I don't know. I kind of just did it one day, but
it's clean. I
compare it to almost like AJ Styles.
Okay.
AJ Styles has that sort of, because it's not quite, it's almost a backflip, but like it's not a backflip. I kind of turn my body just a bit and then my legs follow.
It looks clean. That's the best way I can say it.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'll send TJ. I'll find a really good one, and I'll send TJ a link, and I'll have you watch it.
All right. Well, hopefully we can record one, and then we can use that for our intro. You drop kicking me and the sound of it.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Well, TJ set up his last match he had here, and then we'll kind of talk about his match and go from there a little bit.
So it was your first match in what you thought, a year maybe?
Yeah, probably a year or more, because I saw on my Facebook where me and Tyler had wrestled, at that school with the teachers, and a year ago.
So that was your last match was against Tyler as well?
Well, it was me and Zoe Moore or Zoe.
Oh, that mixed tag match. Yeah, that's what you talked about on the last show.
Yeah, mixed tag match. And then it was Tyler and then a teacher.
Okay. So
pretty much.
What are we? This is Saturday, so we're 4 days since then, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
How sore are you?
I wasn't as sore as what I thought I was gonna be. Like I thought I was gonna be just waking up, having to call 911 or something, or just ending it.
I was sore watching that match. I mean, just the outside of the ring stuff, and there wasn't even a lot of hard bumps out there. But when there's not a good mat out there, it still just makes you think.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, and that's the thing. I was actually talking to a guy because, we did it at this carnival or homecoming thing, whatever they had. But I was talking to the guy about that. I said, there's a complete difference between being in shape and then being in ring shape. Because you can run around, all day long, but as soon as your body hits that mat, your air's knocked out of you. Everything hurts. It's a shock.
That's how I feel getting out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, so it's you have to recuperate from that. It's quite a bit.
You told me you were gassed and that you wanted to go home early, but it didn't look like it. So you did a good job of selling that anyways, because I thought you looked fine the whole time.
Dude, I was dead. When he throws me back in the ring when we were doing outside stuff, and he throws me in the ring, I just lay there and I go, God, end it now.
Well, that's why I said there's one time where he pinned you and it looked like you almost didn't want to kick out, but you had to.
Well, so at the end, if you watch it back, at the end, I hit him. I hit him with that tilt-a-whirl, that DDT. And then what I do is I'm getting ready to go up on the top to miss the swanton, and we're supposed to do stuff after that, and we're supposed to do a couple other things. And I look down at him because you can kind of see, like, I kind of sit there and kind of look down at him for a little bit, and I go, move in, and I said, fucking spear me. So I start getting up, and he goes, no, do the super kicks. I go, fuck those super kicks. Spear me. And he goes, no, we'll do the super kicks. I said, fine, we'll do the super kicks. So I missed.
That's funny.
And what was supposed to happen, after I missed, he was supposed to rock bottom me. And then he goes to grab my legs, and I kick him off. And then when I kick him off, I turn around and I super kick him, and then I super kick him again, and then I go for my gimmick, and then he spins. So I was wanting to cut all that out and then have him just spear me.
So set it up for us. What division were you wrestling for again this week, or on this one?
So SICW.
Okay.
Is what, and I think Tyler was their champ for the longest time.
Is that the out of Illinois, out of St. Louis?
Man, I don't know.
That's okay.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I know Tyler was going there, but I don't know much about it.
So, you guys, this was an outdoor match. What was the first? My first question is, what's the difference? And I think we'd kind of brushed this a little bit the first time, but what's the difference in these outdoor matches compared to an indoor one? I mean, obviously humidity or a lot of that stuff plays a factor, but what's the overall difference in the feeling of an outdoor match versus an indoor arena?
I think a lot of it is like crowd noise.
Okay.
So, like when you're, in like a gym or something like that, all the noises coming at you, but when you're outside, all the noise just goes up. There is no, so we don't, so you have to really, really pay attention to like what's going on out there so you can hear them, because you can hardly hear them. So
well, that kind of led me into the next thing was all you could hear on the video I watched is the little kids sitting beside running their goddamn mouth the whole time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mute it and be like, will you kids shut the fuck up so we can hear you? But then again, you being you're like that first bump you took, and you always do that arch up, and you're like, it hurts when the kids are talking shit. I love that.
Yeah, I usually I have this thing I say all the time where, like, when I'm playing heel or whatever, and I'll take a bump and I'll just go, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Because like because you never hear anybody in WWE go ow.
No,
you know, it's
never.
normally just weird, you know, page 67 on the hub, you know, kind of sounds like you don't normally get people going ow,
Yeah.
ow, ow,
Yeah.
ow. So I just made
Yep.
them this annoying loud thing, and then what it is it's cheap heat because they make fun of how I say it. So they go
Yeah.
ow, ow, and then so
Yeah.
it's, you know, anything that you can do to get them involved as well is it usually gets over.
Well, without them knowing, or I guess maybe they did know, maybe there was some setup I didn't see. They knew you were the heel, and they really disliked you. And I mean, I think for what you're trying to accomplish, I think you accomplished it.
That's because everybody loves Tyler or Keith Hatton. Everybody loves him.
Yeah. Yes. So
has he ever worked heel ever?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
He has. Okay.
Yeah, I think he worked heel against me. I think at some point.
Really?
But yeah, he did a heel run in Stride for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you know what he did, but for like most of his career, he's been a babyface, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just got that babyface look.
And we talked about it. You enjoy that heel character kind of more, don't you?
Absolutely. There's so much more free reign. Because like,
doesn't it hurt sometimes?
Well,
his feelers.
Yeah, but it's like you go out to like a gym, and if you're a good guy, you know, you come walking out the gym, you're like, yeah, let's get him up, let's go, and then nobody says anything. You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and you're like, shut up, and then somebody says, we didn't say anything, you're like, that's because you're an idiot. Like, you can just, you know, say whatever you want.
So much easier to.
So much easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like
it's hard to make people like you.
And you got easy targets out there of people to talk shit to, I'd assume so.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is a lot of the matches, you know, because I did training and stuff, that I'd watch the matches and you know, the heels would never mess with the crowd, and they would never talk to the crowd, and that's what's like. Yeah, they hate me, but they like him more. I'm making them like him more by them hating
you.
Right.
Yep.
And that's how I'm getting him over. That's how I'm helping the match. But if I'm not yelling at the crowd, they're not going to, you know, care as much for this guy. Like, they don't care because they don't care about me. As soon as they're invested in me, they're invested in him.
So when's your next match? You going to wrestle again soon?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Baby, you come on.
Dude, I swear. Either I get in like Chris Helmsworth shape,
which isn't going to happen.
Right, which isn't even close to going to happen. Then or I just need to be done, because like I could.
No.
There was one instance in that or there was two instances in that match where I was like, okay, I need to be done, or I need to come back when I'm in better shape, because I could have hurt myself twice. So there was one when Tyler he hit me with a clothesline on his comeback. He hit me with a clothesline. Well, he's going to hit another one. Well, when I stood up, I was just so tired that my legs gave out. So he ended up hitting me right in the throat with his arm, which isn't his fault. You know, it's my fault. And then on that tilt-a-whirl DDT, whenever I spin around, I was just way too tired to get my legs up. So as I'm swinging them in, I'm just lazy with it. And then one of my ankles gets caught underneath my leg. And luckily it didn't mess nothing up. But it's just stuff like that. Well, you know, if you're out of shape,
you haven't been in the ring in a year, so
right.
It's
like
to be expected.
If I was in better shape, that would have been a lot better. I'll just say that.
Well,
because all this stuff is just like riding a bike.
That's what I was gonna say. From a partial or just a guy viewing the match, that other than knowing you through this, I thought it was, a real good match, and you guys sold the stuff all well, but I could definitely tell late you were gassed. But so was he. And I think he's more active. That's where I wondered if like the humidity or just the fact of being outside, if that changes things too, especially after a year off, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad outside. Like it was like 70, it was like 75. It because I've wrestled some shows, outside shows that have been at, fairs at 98 degrees, and you can't hardly sell
Nick
because
Lachey
as soon
there?
as you hit that mat, unfortunately not.
All right. Sorry, you just said 98 degrees.
He didn't. Yeah, no, he rejected my invite. So
man, he didn't bring, and Jessica Simpson didn't come either.
No.
You could probably get the other Lachey.
Yeah, Jesse Lachey, or whatever the hell his name is.
Dude, I'll be Jay Lachey. That's what I'll be. I'll be damn Jay Lachey. That's got a better ring to it anyway.
That does sound good, man. Maybe if you ever make a run in somewhere else, you could be Jay Lachey, bro. And then just keep saying, "Well, my brothers were not, 98 degrees," or.
I'm hot all the time, bro.
Yeah, I'm just hot. Like have some weird earring on one of my ears.
Ooh.
Great.
Oh, didn't Nick Lachey have a? No, I guess I thought he had like a fire flamer tattoo around his belly button. No, but that isn't right, is it?
I don't think so.
Well, that's Batista. But Nick Lachey's got that shitty, like that what is that, chain or something? Or barbed wire, that shitty ass. Like, I drink Budweiser.
Oh, man, I know a guy that has some of that on his arm, too.
Yeah, I was like, I remember my first Bud Light.
Hey, TJ, pull up your sleeve real quick.
It's covered up. You can't see it.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember my first.
See, we're in our late 30s, and at that time when you got tattoos, that was the thing. You get that Goldberg tattoo, son.
Yeah, I remember my first Bud Light too. Yeah.
No. Casey's about to have one.
Let's say
He's
this.
getting low on
Actually,
his
nope.
training fluid.
This show is brought to you again as last week as I finish it by chopping vodka. This bottle will be gone by the end of this show. So, where you sitting?
Did you even run the ropes or anything before you got there?
No,
when you got there?
No, dude. I haven't bumped in a year. My first bump was a shoulder tackle.
It looked good.
I was going to say, you can tell you guys both have worked together, too. That helps big time, especially after being off, having somebody that knows you're out of shape and maybe not.
Anybody that can make Tyler Hatton look good is good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. Yeah, right? Oh, my God. It's so much work. That's probably why I was dead. Yeah. I'm over here making you look like a dream.
He's a little bit bigger than you. That I could see why that wears you out a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh man, and that he just
he's a big boy.
He just thinks he's so strong too.
Well, he seemed to pick you up and slam you down a couple times pretty easy.
That's another thing about doing those outside shows is you can talk a little bit more in the ring. Because you can, because
people
the
can't
sound
hear
isn't
it.
so enclosed. Yeah. And so, I mean, we were talking the whole time. I actually cracked him up, like made him like, and when you hear Tyler laugh, like, he's laughing because he can hardly like keep it together. So, there was this guy that he brought in the ring, this young kid at the beginning. His name was Elliot. Yeah, his name was Elliot. And, he got up there and he was doing his thing. And then, so I go to choke him on the rope and you can't hear it because somebody yells. And I was like, that's for you, Edwin. And I called him the wrong name. And then Tyler died. And he goes, his name's Elliot. And I'm choking him and I go, I know what his name is, Tyler.
Didn't he get involved in the match again later? Is that the kid that came in and kicked you or threw you or something there?
That was it was that guy.
Okay, that's
Elliot. But like I called him Edwin on purpose. You know what I mean? To call him the wrong name to insult him, and Tyler legit lost his shit, thinking I just got it wrong on purpose.
Say no, I don't. I'm not going to remember. I'm purposely trying to hurt him. So where are you sitting?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you sitting having a conversation with us tonight?
I'm at home.
Are you
watching some John Wick.
Oh, the original or the new one?
This is the new one, which I saw in theaters.
Are you stealing it or are you doing it legally? Yeah, we won't send the authorities your way.
All right.
Swarm.
So I don't know if you ever listened to any of our shows, but we had Tony Flood on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I might have said some things like up until now, Jay had been our biggest interview and things like that. So if you
my God,
if you ever hear that, then just don't take no offense to it. And we're glad to have you back.
It was very rude, is what I thought.
I don't know.
I bet Tony just ate that shit up.
Oh, he was loving it. Yeah. He was loving it.
Yeah,
TJ was
don't like each other, so he probably just was just eating it up.
We were egging it on.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't know that your guys' first match was together against. Oh, hold on. What was his name, Casey?
What?
Something like Too Sexy. God damn it. What was it? But the guy was fat.
Will Dixon?
It was something like that, but it was a guy that his whole thing was like some sex appeal, and he was this big fat slob guy.
Oh, Playboy Paul Rose?
There we go.
Yeah. So was that your first match too?
Yeah. So our first, if you even want to call it a first match, here where I live, there's this like little store. It's like it's like a little grocery store. It's like family owned, and they have a parking lot. Over to the right of that, there's like this empty parking lot. They had this wrestling show that was going to be up there, and this is around the time that. This was around the time
that it wasn't MetLife or anything like that, right?
No. It was some kind of parking lot that was not even used. I'm pretty sure they weren't even sure they were allowed to be there.
You guys had like 7 beds set up and put a big tarp over them and use that as the ring, or? Yeah,
people are getting paid in rocks. Like that's how, or my town meth, whatever.
I was gonna say, you might want to qualify rock with what kind of rock were they getting paid with?
But so this is around the time that me and Tony were doing our backyard stuff in his backyard, and we'd never been in a ring before, nothing like that. Well, there was this guy there who was my pastor, and he was like, "Hey, these guys are really good. They can really put on a show." And then so he had us get in the ring, no training, no nothing, and we proceeded to just fall down. Like I can't imagine how bad it probably looked.
I'd love to go back and get video of that. Do you think it's hidden anywhere in the archives, or?
I no, but I wish. No, I wish. But they were like, hey, come back. And so we came back and we wrestled a couple times, and it was like, I don't know, I had already had like 3 or 4 matches before somebody came up to us and was like, hey, just to let you know, wrestling's all left-handed. So, we had no idea.
What's that mean?
And you told me that a while back when I showed you that video of me suplexing my wife. You said, pretty good, except for you need to do it left-handed.
Yeah. So I want you to go and watch wrestling. Okay. Is what I'm about to tell you. Okay. So wrestling is all left-handed. Anytime somebody whips somebody into the ropes, they always grab their left hand, their left arm.
Okay.
Anytime there's a sleeper hold involved, it's usually left-handed.
Really?
Anytime they do an arm wringer, or a hammer lock, that is always their left arm. 9 times out of 10, if somebody gets injured, it's usually their left leg. Anytime they grab a headlock on somebody, it's always on their left side. And whenever they go and suplex somebody, they don't do it on the right side, they do it on their left side.
Is that because
all left-handed.
What's the reasoning? Is that your right arm stronger? Is it to protect your right arm? What's the reasoning with that?
So, honestly, I don't know. I would think that it would be something like that, where it was, if I'm going to go pick somebody up for a suplex, my strength is coming from, because how you pick somebody up is you don't pick them up by the side of their shorts. You move your hand around and you do like a curling motion underneath like their belly.
Uh-huh.
Like, so truthfully, it should, my right arm is picking that person up.
Okay.
So that's what I would say, but I have no idea.
Okay. Well,
I would assume it'd be from back in the day when guys worked just like you worked a real job. That way they were working at a factory or something. If they got hurt, it'd be on their left arm and they still had their right arm to work with. That's what I would think.
Okay, I like that too.
I could see that. I was wondering maybe if it was like a masturbation thing. You didn't want to ruin that arm for,
Oh, I mean, sure.
Either way.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's work.
Sorry, you're on the middle of the road podcast. And we have the hard hitting questions. So
yeah, these are none like I've ever answered before.
No. We're listen. We could do a regular show where we just ask you things like, what was your favorite match, things like that. No, we want to know.
Sure.
We want to know, have you ever taken Viagra and then wrestled a match?
Yeah, we want to know if you've ever illegally bought a moose. Like,
yes, those are the things that our listeners want to know. They could, they know all the wrestling stuff. They want to know the real question. No.
Yeah.
Hit him with the ring wrestle, whatever it is.
Oh, man.
Casey.
Hit him with the what?
Ring wrestle, whatever our thing is now.
Oh, okay. Who do you want me to just pick some people?
Yeah, go for it.
So this is a game we play. It's called Smash Ring Wrestle. And in this thing, Smash, so it's basically F, marry, kill, or fuck, marry, kill.
Right, yeah.
So Smash Ring Wrestle, me, TJ, and Tyler.
God dang it. All right.
He's like, this is so gay.
Hey, listen, man, it's your life on the line. No.
And all right, and so it's Smash.
That's who you're gonna make love to.
Right, and then wrestle, and then what was the other one?
Ring. That's who you're gonna marry. Who you're gonna spend your time with.
Oh, damn. Oh, probably you.
All right.
So I'm married. All right, so I'm ringing you.
Okay.
And God dang it, I guess I'm gonna have to just drop down, just fuck the shit out of Tyler.
There we go. He's got
and then and then I haven't wrestled TJ. I haven't wrestled TJ.
I'd like to see that match. That would be fun to watch.
It'd be fun, yeah.
All right, that was a weird one. How about this? Here's a real one. Smash Ring Wrestle. We're gonna go Trish Stratus because she's back in the limelight. We're gonna go with my personal top one right now, which is Bianca I can't say her name right now.
Belair.
There we go. And then the third one is going to be my other all-time favorite, which is Stacy Keibler.
Oh.
And this one for wrestle, it could even be your partner for a match on this one. I'm fine with that. I don't care how we do that one.
So we have Trish Stratus.
Yep.
We have Bianca Belair.
We got that.
And
we got
Stacy Keibler.
That beautiful teacher, Stacy Keibler.
Okay. Well, I've always wanted to make love, to an urban young lady.
There you go.
So I'm gonna smash.
Canada? Can't get more urban than Canada, bro.
No, you can't. Hey. So I'm gonna smash Bianca.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely. She's gonna smash you back, bud. But
so I'm gonna wrestle Trish Stratus because me and her could probably have a really good match. Like probably really fucking good.
Yeah, she's probably the best of the three of the wrestlers of them to me personally.
Yeah, and then I would marry Stacy Keibler, and then what I would do is I would take her to church, and I'd start just introducing her in the Lord. And then, where they talk about all marriages and stuff and how about you're supposed to, have sex and, please your husband. And then she's going to have sex with me. So
you're going to get to smash two of them. That seems like
absolutely.
a win.
Yeah. That's a very good win. And she got those long legs, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Jesus probably had some long legs or something. He did all that walking,
Yeah.
Hey, you guys talk for a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
So you really don't think you're going to wrestle again for a while, or? How did Tyler talk you into that?
Oh, he just asked me point blank. He just texted me, and he was like, "Hey, you want to wrestle me this Saturday?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." Because I talked to him not that long ago,
And you were like, "I haven't wrestled a year, but whatever."
I mean, I knew it was for him, and. I don't know. I had thought about maybe doing it, but I wanted to do it and then just see how I felt afterwards. See how I felt.
So how far away from where you live is that place that Flood's wrestling at? SNPW or SP? Yeah.
Well, it's so the show that we did. It was about an hour and like 10 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they regularly. I don't know where they're holed up at. Like where they do their shows.
Do you know those guys over there? You ever thought about going there and wrestling? Because I know you said you didn't want to go back to Stride.
No, but all the guys that were there were pretty much Stride guys. There was one guy there, which I don't know if we're still recording or not.
We are still recording. I apologize.
We are. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I'm very out of breath. I had to go sprint out to my computer was about to die. We about lost this show. I had to sprint out to the studio, sprint back in. Guess what? The cord was right beside me here the whole time.
Unbelievable.
Keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I was just going to say most of the guys were Stride guys except for this black guy. So it was probably the weirdest story.
We like weird stories here.
We do.
So I walked up and he was the first guy I saw. It was just this like taller, skinnier black guy. And I said, "Hey, I'm Jay," and he said his name. I'm not good with names, so I don't know who it was. And then when I went around and
we'll call him Booker
talked
T.
to everybody, yeah, we'll go Booker T. And so I go in and say hi to everybody and all that. And like there was like a match. He was the first match, so his match got on, and I was watching probably the third one. I was just outside. Well, he was standing right behind me, smoking a cigarette. Well, this cop walked up and said something to him. I thought that he was telling him to go inside to get somebody. Is what I thought that he said, but I could be wrong. And so the black guy, he goes back inside. Booker T goes back inside, and then he like grabs his bag and then comes back outside and sits down, or sets his bag down. And the cop said something, and then the guy goes no, and then they just start walking off together. The dude got arrested.
What was he doing?
I don't know.
Do you have a warrant or something?
I don't know. I met with the cops. Like Tyler was talking to him after the show, and I walked up to him, and I was like, "Did you guys arrest him?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I think you knew it was coming." And I didn't ask why or anything, but this dude just straight up just wrestled the match, and then
the guy got arrested.
Yeah, and then just got arrested.
They knew where he was going to be, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the guy started just putting up the ring, and then Tyler walked up to him, and he was like, "Hey, can I help you?" And he's like, "I like to wrestle." And he's like, "Well, we kind of got a booked, show." And the guy was like, "Oh, I've wrestled here and here and here." And Tyler's like, "All right, well, I got this match you can do, but it's about 3 minutes or so." And then he's like, "Okay," wrestled. A match later, dude standing outside just smoking a cigarette, gets arrested.
That's got to.
Wow.
So that was the question. What's the weirdest match you've ever been involved with? Because I missed it.
No, yeah, that's the weirdest part. Yeah, the weirdest story I have as far as like wrestling goes. That's the craziest thing that's happened. Which
have you ever had any like
crazy
random fans like rush the stage or like just try to jump in a match or anything like that before?
No. I had one guy. I made him so mad he turned around and punched 3 holes in the wall at this place that we did a show at.
Did you say, "Man, you're so tough"?
No, I made fun of his grandma.
Oh, really?
His grandma wasn't there, and then he was like yelling about something, and I said something about his grandma. Maybe she's, I don't know, trying to get out there like mentally, like she's still not okay, like in her head, she's got dementia or something. Can't remember what I said. Talk some shit about this guy's grandma. Turn around, right in the wall.
Start punching stuff, huh? See, that's how it is when I talk about TJ's mom. He just starts punching stuff.
I was gonna say this guy. This guy drank Monster. Those guys. Those guys go home ready to punch.
So I got a serious.
We're going home to punch.
I was gonna say
they're going home to punch.
I have a serious question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be harder to give up Mountain Dew or smoking marijuana?
Marijuana.
All right. Who do you feel worse for? Like if somebody was 2 weeks into giving up marijuana or giving up Mountain Dew, who would you sympathize more with?
Oh, the marijuana guy for sure.
See, TJ, you have nothing going here.
What about a guy who's been on the Dew since he was a kid?
I'd say that, I'd say maybe he, for one, he needs therapy because he obviously needs to talk about that. There's obviously, some family issues, so I need to work through. I'd probably start there and then, work my way into the caffeine, but I ain't just going to start there.
Mountain Dew's got to be the worst yellow pop they make, correct?
Most addictive.
I don't know. It's the only yellow. I'd rather have. I was trying to think of the yellow mellow yellow is the only other yellow pop I can think of.
Yeah, I was gonna say drink mellow yellow like a real man.
Or some Surge.
You know how like you go place and they were like, "Oh, I want Mountain Dew," and they're like, "We have mellow yellow," and you're like, "Oh, that's not the same fucking thing." So my wife went to Taco Tika the other day and came home with I thought was Mountain Dew, and I was like, "Oh, she got me a pop, thanks." And I go to drink. I was like, "Fuck is that?" And she goes, "Mellow yellow." I said, "It's not the same." What are you thinking?
But she knew you were off the Mountain Dew.
No, this was before I was off. This was like 3 weeks ago.
All right.
Well, I am going to have to call you right back on Zoom. You and Jay talk while I do this.
All right, we're going to lose video here for a second. Me and Jay will hang out while I won't run away this time.
What's he doing?
So basically, we're on Zoom. We don't pay for the real app, so we only have 40-minute calls at a time. Here he comes. So we have to jump in and out. We were gonna get the full Zoom version, but turns out he's gonna be back in town in a week or two. So why would you pay $20? When we can just join back in every couple minutes.
Right. No, I mean I totally get that.
And back with us is TJ now.
All right.
So have you been watching any wrestling at all, Jay?
No. I watched the last pay-per-view I think we talked about, but but I haven't seen anything else.
Did you watch any? So you didn't watch any of WrestleMania then?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
We've talked to him since WrestleMania.
Oh, that has it been since WrestleMania we talked to him? I thought it was right before WrestleMania we talked to him. I thought it was during.
I think it was after, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we got coming up. Night of Champions is this weekend. Oh God.
He dropped his camera. He's still there, but he dropped it.
Oh.
Yeah. So Night of Champions this weekend, and they're gonna, you at least know about the new title, right?
Yeah. So So what's your thoughts on that? I'm gonna look at it.
I'm just glad Cody Rhodes isn't involved in it, but
he really hates Cody Rhodes these days, man.
I don't get the hype. He's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he can wrestle better than Seth Rollins, but I think Rollins has that it factor that Cody Rhodes just doesn't have.
See, and I kind of see it the opposite as, like, again, the guy from the maybe not the opposite because they both have it, but I think something about Cody Rhodes, if you're like the underdog or the 170-pound guy that wonders if he can wrestle, I think that's kind of the reason why he's not.
Yeah, but Cody Rhodes is 230 pounds almost. He's a fucking big dude.
Is he that big?
Yeah.
I mean, but
in comparison to Roman or Brock,
yeah,
everybody looks small.
That's the thing is, like, I don't know. I mean, that's what the main show is, or the main event is, isn't it? Like Brock and
because
Cody.
Brock and Cody, but I don't know. Something's afoot, as they like to say, because they did this whole thing on Monday where Brock just beat the fuck out of Cody like 2 different times and supposedly broke his arm, and then they ended the show with Triple H trying to talk Cody out of it. So I heard, at least what I've heard on little shows I watch, is that they're trying to say Triple H is behind Brock attacking Cody. And, Cody did that deal where he was in AEW and he smashed fucking the throne with a sledgehammer, like kind of talking shit to Triple H. So, but it doesn't really make sense because obviously Triple H is the one who brought him back.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. I think Cody's gonna beat him, and the only reason why is typically you always send whoever in strong is usually gonna lose. Like that's how that usually works.
I just don't know if they could have Brock lose twice to him in 2 main events, though, would be the hard part for me.
I agree. And then but that's where, like, I think maybe it'll be. I mean, is it a no disqualification? Because if so, they might do like a disqualification.
I haven't heard that. Well, at Night of Champions is in like Riyadh or wherever the fuck. Yeah. So it's gonna be hot and it's gonna fucking stink in there. I can tell you that right now.
Oh,
it's not in Saudi Arabia or whatever again.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna smell like armpits and curry the whole time over there.
Oh,
that's not very nice. I don't think you smell that bad.
That's what I had for lunch.
I was gonna say
that's what I had for lunch.
Not this kind of curry, buddy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, let's do the matches here real quick and go ahead, and if you guys don't mind, we'll go ahead and pick some matches here, and then I'll listen back and we'll try to I'll write them down and see who was right. So, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
Who's got the belt right now, Trish?
I believe Becky.
No, neither one of them do.
Neither one of them do.
Oh, okay.
This is actually not a title match on Night of Champions.
I'll go Trish on that one.
I think they're bringing her back, so that's kind of where I would lean to. What about you, TJ?
I don't know. Becky Lynch is back to the man gimmick, and I can't stand that on her. I liked Becky Lynch just over the last 2 years or whatever it's been, where she's been a heel after she came back from having the baby. Now she's back to that man gimmick where she's like chewing on her fucking lips and shit and acting like she's stone cold, and it does not fucking work. It just ruins it for me.
So who's going to win the match?
I hope fucking Trish does.
Okay. I just seen her on something the other day, and she said, I know I still look like I'm 25. I can still wrestle like 25, or whatever one that you put.
Yeah.
She thinks they're going to put her over.
Becky did have a really good line against Trish this week. She said, you thought it was embarrassing when they made you made you bark like a dog. She goes, but I'm going to beat the shit out of you or beat your ass. That's going to be embarrassing. Woof, woof.
We'll see.
Because Vince had her barking like a dog, right? Crawling around on the ring, barking like a dog.
Uh-huh. I think that'll be a good match just because both of those girls can wrestle. Those are the type of matches that I enjoy watching of women, and not just don't get me wrong, I love the sex appeal of it, but when two girls can actually wrestle, it makes it a lot more fun. What about Bianca versus, how do you say her name, TJ?
I don't know who she's
the
wrestling.
Asian chick that you.
Oh, Asuka.
There you go, Asuka.
Oh,
I was gonna say Asuka,
see, this is where going and watching Raw and SmackDown and stuff like that. This is where it helps. Because I can watch the story and I can typically see where it's going. But
they wrestled at WrestleMania and Bianca won.
Okay.
I don't know. They're just, and she's like the longest reigning women's champion of all time right now. Like 400, it was over 400 days. I don't think there's enough build up. It's gonna have to be like somebody like Charlotte or somebody else to beat her. I don't see that happening.
So you got Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bianca as well.
I'm gonna go that way too. I think it's hard to have. That's two main events.
Them girls are gonna be in full gear too. They're gonna be covered from neck to elbow to wrist.
Oh, really?
No skin.
Oh, that's right. They're in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want those guys getting all horned up.
You're going to have their veils. Are they going to have their veils on them and all that stuff too? Their headgear.
Dude, I heard one of those guys saw an elbow one time and he's still in a coma.
Yeah. Well, they don't want them cheating on their goats, so they got to fucking keep them girls covered up, man.
All right. I believe the last of the women's matches, this is TJ's top one. She's the current champion, Rhea Ripley versus Natalya.
Yeah, there's no build up to that at all. Rhea ain't losing.
As I say, Natalya. Way too early. I don't want us all three to pick the same one, so I'm going to go with Natalya on this one.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
Well, you know what? We all picked the same one. Hey, maybe something happens. Maybe something happens and the Neidhart gets a champion. I don't know.
Oh, the Neidhart.
This one I don't really care about, and this guy has just not sold it for me still at all to this point. I know TJ's kind of on it, but Gunther versus that
I knew that's where you're going.
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm going Mustafa.
Okay. TJ, I know where you're going. You're going Gunther.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Did you see that deal I sent you?
Yeah.
We got to get that added to the board. Ali was getting interviewed. He's doing this whole positivity thing out. You probably haven't seen it if you haven't been watching. He's getting interviewed. Brock Lesnar cuts between him and the camera, and they're like, "Oh!" And he walks. He's getting ready to go out from like they have like gorilla, and then they have that extra part now, you know. And he goes, he's got the curtain open. He goes, "Get a life, kid!" And it fucking comes outside. He's just hilarious, man.
And that was for the Intercontinental Championship. Sorry.
That's correct.
All right. Now we go to you said he couldn't go here, but it looks like they're bringing him there anyway. The Undisputed Tag Championship belts. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo.
I guess they've worked it out where he can come there now.
I know who you want to win this one. Who do you think's going to win it?
I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, Roman's not going to take a pin, and they're trying to build Solo up to be this big monster badass right now. I can't see him taking the pin.
But what I can see is Solo trying to throw one of his chops or whatever on somebody and then turn around and getting Roman with it and then causing that split, because they've been trying to do this family divide for 6 shows now, or 6 main events now.
I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Well, I picked Sami Zayn and Kevin.
And what match is that?
That is the Undisputed Tag Championship. That is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Roman's mad at the Usos because they can't get it done. So he said, "You know what? I'm going to handle this shit myself. Me and Solo are going to fucking take the titles back."
Well, I don't think that'll happen.
So you're going on the you're on the Kevin Owens wagon?
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna drop them to those guys. I just don't see that.
I don't think so.
Well, how would you do that and not have Roman take the pin and not have Solo take the pin?
Well, see, that's the thing is so what you would do is you'd have the Usos come down there to try and help, and they end up backfiring, and then Solo takes the pin.
Here's my prediction: is I think Sami pins Roman, because they didn't let it happen when everybody thought it was.
He hasn't been pinned in.
I know, but
3
this
years
is
almost.
a way for him to pin, not lose a title, to not, especially if he's, if one of the Usos do it, or if Solo gets in with something. I think it's a way to keep all of that, but also to let him take a pin and finally get Sami to get one over on him after that whole buildup. That's just me seeing it that way. I don't have no idea if it's going to happen that way.
I don't hate that idea. The only thing is like, where does Kevin Owens go? Because they'll have to drop the tag titles, and I don't think that they'll do that just because they just got together.
Well, I don't even know if I don't know about dropping them. I mean, just in that match for Sami to get a pin on him in that match. I don't know about going forward. I don't know that's how they do it. But since this one's this is for the tag titles, not the Undisputed Championship. So I just think
but if he pins Roman, he should get a championship shot. That's all I was.
And they may give him another one, but they're just not going to let him take I don't think they'll let him take it then. I think this, to me, again.
No, they won't.
No, I don't think Sami will get a championship run, but it's when somebody like when it is what's Dusty or Rhodes, when it's him, or when it's
Cody.
When Cody gets it, or if it's he'll get one when Rollins gets it, but he's not going to let him pin Roman. I don't see that either. Last match of the night on this card is the heavyweight champ. I think that's the last one, isn't it? Yeah. Heavyweight championship. Yeah. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Oh, it'll be AJ.
You think?
All day.
You think so?
Oh yeah. He just came back. Like he's there. He's so good. He's so good. He needs to be in that picture.
But
again.
Is he? Has he ever been as big in WWE as he was in AEW and all those others?
Well, you mean
not
TNA,
AEW, but
he was
TNA.
a WWE champion at one point.
I know.
I think he's like a 3-time WWE champion.
That's what I mean. Is
the thing is that title is supposed to belong to Raw, and AJ Styles is on SmackDown. They just put him on SmackDown.
We're losing you there, buddy.
Yeah, sound like a robot.
You got to stop talking
over to Raw.
Well,
I don't know what he's got going on there. I'm gonna have to.
Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little better now.
Yeah.
You went robot on us for a minute.
Well, I just said I went down a little valley. I was saying that AJ Styles got drafted to SmackDown. That title is supposed to go to Raw. I just can't see them.
I think they just move him over there.
Switch AJ back to Raw.
Yeah, you just move him back over there while he holds the title. I think that's easy enough to do.
But I don't know. I thought they were going to try to put this title on. I mean, they want this title defended all the time. So I guess either guy.
I think I think they give it to Seth Rollins as my pick. I'd rather see AJ Styles win.
But my question is,
you're right.
So what you guys are saying is this match is determined who the new champion is going to be, essentially?
Essentially the Raw champion.
Okay.
Because they split the titles back up. Basically, there's a SmackDown champion and a Raw champion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only thing...
Have you seen the belt?
Yeah, I've seen the belt. Like, I like it. Here's my thing, though, is why would you have a Okay, so if it's for that championship and it's supposed to stay on Raw, why wouldn't you have two Raw guys fight? Why would you have a Raw and SmackDown guys fight?
Well, they had a tournament, and they did Raw and SmackDown guys, which there was like two. Okay, so it was 2 3-man tags or 3 ways, and then they fought the winner of each other, and then they did the same thing on SmackDown. So.
There's one winner from SmackDown, there's one winner from Raw?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and they're going to wrestle each other at Night of Champions.
So if it's supposed to go to Raw, how does that work if the guy from SmackDown wins it?
I think TJ said, I think you just move AJ over, or this is just a way, because these two are, I think they'll put an awesome match on. That's what I'll say. And even if AJ loses this, it still gives him a chance to go right back in and compete for that Raw one, especially if they figure a way to take it off of Roman or, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still pick AJ. I mean, I think he's going to win.
I'd rather, like I said, I said it in the beginning, I'd rather see him win. I just, right now they're back to putting Seth Rollins on, just kind of from what I see, the casual watching.
Yeah.
Well, they said Seth Rollins hasn't won a championship, a major, like a WWE or Universal in 4 years. So
is that when he started wearing blouses and capri pants?
I don't know. Blouses.
What else you got for Jay while we have him on here, buddy? I know this was a unique interview. I think we'll be better next time. We're going to have you back on. Hopefully you'll come back on.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't think I got too much more for him, since he told me he's got stuff to do tonight, and I kind of got to get going too, so.
Well, we appreciated having you on, Jay. We'll reach back out once the studio is all set up, when TJ's back in, when he's not driving through valleys and roboting on us, when my computer's not dying, when I'm not sitting in my living, a lot of those things. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Well, maybe you guys, maybe just have TJ fly me out there one day, and I'll come do it in person.
I'm not rich anymore, Spade.
I was going to say he's a poor guy. I think I might make more money than him, and I'm a poor guy now, so that's real scary.
Yeah.
But maybe we can drive out to Illinois. I've always wanted to see a shooting in person. So.
Oh yeah.
He lives in southern Illinois. It's safe for you.
Okay, well then that's even closer. So.
Well, not really. You go near Carbondale. Good Lord.
I was going to say, or just go to any podunk hick bar and I wear my Riding with Biden shirt, and I'll bet I get shot at.
Oh, dude, you will for a hump. You probably just get humped right out of there.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, we enjoyed having you on. Always a good interview. You're always a good guy. You're real with us. You're honest with us. We enjoy it every time. And we look forward to having you on again, Jay.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you next time. TJ, don't hang up yet.
I'm not.
All right, guys. See you
Thanks,
later.
buddy.
Later, buddy.
You're welcome.
See
Bye.
ya. Bye.
Well, that was a good time, always.
Yeah. Spade's always good and funny. And
this is the thing about where the practice of, 3 people sitting in separate locations, that was definitely a little more talking over a guest than I think we would normally do, but I think he's almost became a buddy, less of a guest. So
yeah.
I'd like to have.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought
Especially
so too.
For, like you said, all 3 different places.
No, I think it came out real good. It was a good time. I enjoy it every time we have those guys on that, you can tell he's passionate about what he does, but just enjoys it. It's kind of fun to see somebody that enjoys their side job. My side job's doing Christmas lights or mowing, and I honestly don't enjoy those. So,
yeah.
Are you back to your hotel now, buddy?
No, I just pulled out of there. There's a big valley when I pulled out, so I'm heading back right now.
Yeah, you went pretty robot on us for a minute, but that's going to happen. This is the product of, a guy sitting in his living room, a guy driving his truck around, and what are you taking a picture of?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. Fucking idiot. I'm driving with my iPad up in front of me.
Oh, okay. I kind of figured the couple times it fell, and then I figured you were driving because you could see you in there just like bouncing back and forth. I thought you were in a big rig for a second, with that seat bouncing around.
This is big 1500, man.
Well, a lot of interesting things happened. Essentially, we almost died during that interview. That was definitely the hardest and fastest I've ran in a long time, barefoot out to the studio, got plugged in. We saved it. So, well, we'll be back for a regular show next week. Skin Man should be here after blowing me off 3 times this week. That's okay. It happens. I went out.
That's all right.
We'll talk about Skin Man Sunday with him here because I got a couple stories about going to his daughter's graduation party. And that's about it, man. You have anything before we go?
Nope, I got nothing.
All right. Well, let's see if I can, even with you there, let's see if I can get you one that makes you smile. We're going to go here real quick.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That always will make me smile.
I know. All right, guys. Thank you. I'm going to play out and then we'll end it here.
Boobies aren't things that give you milk. Boobies are things that kill you. I will eat your ass. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
Have a good evening, buddy.
Later, dude. Bye.